Ne me demande pas de faire le salaud, je le ferai pas. C'est pas mon genre. Laisse-moi du temps.
Eh ben mince, Laurent. J'ai cru que tu rentrerais jamais dans cette baraque.
Very suspenseful, really unexpected turn of events from the title and from the opening sequence. I was on the edge of my seat once they arrived at the country residence. Really, really interesting exploration of people under pressure in certain situations. I liked how it wasn't just suspenseful, but it also explored the relationship between the three characters and between the women. Really great.
It's a good, very intense thriller. You know, it kind of led your expectations a few ways. You know, you kind of thought one thing was going to happen, and then so it was really cool that they were able to get a whole, you know, kind of thriller together like this with just 3 actors in one location and tell a complete story. You know, we understood everything that was going on, and there was a, you know, exposition, you know, there was conflict, and there was a resolution, you know, and it worked really well, you know, twist at the end. Yeah, the actors all did a great job, and the whole thing was it was done nicely. It was nicely written, nicely edited, paced, good directing. The coloring was good. Everything about this worked very nicely, and I liked the score and the use of music was very effective as well. So yeah, no, it was a really good piece, and good luck to the team. I hope it does well for you.
So thrilling and on edge. I absolutely loved the story. I love how it ended. I thought the woman who played Isabelle was just masterful at playing that unhinged but forever in control antagonist, if you will. And I love how she was just messing with their heads the entire time. And the other 2 actors did such a great job just playing that gripping, visceral fear. Oh my God. It was just, you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. It takes you for a ride. And I really loved the music choice at the end too, where she's kind of just driving off and she, you know, flicks the ring out the window. Just really, really great film.
One of the most intense short films I've ever watched. Like, throughout the whole time, I felt like my heart was, like, stopped. Like, first of all, their affair is, like, realistic. Like, it doesn't skip. The whole thing is just, like, very blunt, but, like, that's what it needs. And it absolutely, it just, like, masters suspense. There's no score behind it. It's perfect. It lets the silence kind of speak for itself. It's, like, it's deafening, honestly. Like, it's so good. I don't know, and the shots, like, behind her when she's holding the gun, everything's just so well, like, thought through. I don't know, and you can really see, like, their dynamics in the short time frame, and I like how at the end, well, first of all, what she pulls is awesome, but how at the end you're kind of reminded again that this guy's not a good person, and because you're almost rooting for them to get out of there, because you feel like you're being held hostage, like, as the viewer, while she's, like, holding the gun. And it kind of just, like, switches back at the end. I was like, wow, wait, she was awesome. This guy still sucks. Because, I don't know. It was really kind of, it showed what people would do to survive. I feel like it's a really interesting character study in itself. And this film did it really well. And I like how it takes you on, like, this morally ambiguous ride as the film progresses. I just really loved it. This was awesome. It was so fun to watch.
Really enjoyed the performances. The script is great as well. They show us lots of insights into human interaction and human nature. They touch on deception, lies, betrayal, and coming to terms with all of this as part of human nature, understanding it and playing with it. It's like rolling with it. And I think they portrayed the revenge in a very fine and twisted way. It was very relatable and totally interesting.
I thought this was hilarious is probably not the right word to use. However, it did kind of it was kind of funny for me. At least that's how I took parts of it. I thought that the wife, I think her name was Isabelle or Isabella, did so fantastic because she looked really put together. Like, she had full makeup on, she had like red lips, which are like, they take effort to do, especially to have them like that perfect. Like, she has a full outfit on. Like, she didn't just like fly off the handle and decide to like go out and ambush them and everything like that. No, she prepared for this. Like, she got ready for this. And the other way that you could really tell is that the husband was like duct taped to the chair, and the girl, she was like in handcuffs. So the wife knew from the very beginning how she was going to be leaving this, that she could easily undo the girlfriend and leave her free and clear with the man still taped to the chair. And so she like had that game plan obviously from the beginning. And I just think that she, first of all, played the role really, really well, because there are definitely parts of it where you're like, you're crazy. And she plays that, she kind of straddled that line between almost like coming and going from like different moments of like almost like really seeming like she's losing it and she's kind of spiraling, and then she'd like pull it back and kind of refocus a little bit and like continue with her actual purpose, which I think at the end is like to have him actually like throw the girl under the bus and, you know, betray all of that, which is exactly what happened. And then she gets the car and to chuck the wedding ring out of the window at the very end. I thought was just like such a great moment.
A story told in just that one room in a tight space with these characters that have so much going on going into the scene. The classic trope of the Russian roulette to build the tension. I kind of suspected that the gun may have been empty, that she slipped an empty shell into it, but it was just such a pleasure to watch how she played that whole scene out, and how the victims were just building and building in their desperation and in their will to get out of this situation any way they can, and betraying each other at the end. Oh, it's just delicious. Those performances, mwah. Well written, like the build of tension, the surprise when the wife shows up, and just the way that we're left wondering at the end, what is the mistress going to do with all this information that she got in that scene with the gun. Just a wonderful little short story. All the elements were there, and like any good short film, it leaves the end open-ended so that the story continues beyond the 10 or so minutes that we just went through. It relies on a backstory that is that's huge behind them, but we figure it out pretty quickly because of the elements that we're given. It all adds up in that scene where everything comes to a head, and the way they get out of it at the end, just masterful storytelling.